Hey, truth seekers, welcome back. Zach here. In this video, we're going to talk about the way the 2016 Summer Games closed out in Rio. The final competition was the men's basketball gold medal game. The United States of America defeated Serbia 96 to 66. For the US nation, they won their 121st medal with that competition, the most by any country. Second place was Great Britain with 67. And think about who the US was born from. Yes, Great Britain, the nations with the Masonic red, white, and blue flags. Where I want to begin this video is by talking about how many points the US team won with in this final game, 96 points. And then I also want to talk about the significance of 121 medals. And I want to talk about why Kevin Durant was the face of the men's basketball team in this year's Summer Games. To begin talking about 96, I want to take you back to the video I put out before the Olympics began. In the description, this playlist is linked. Lots of videos on the Rio Summer Games here. Still more I have to do even after this one. There's a lot that's on my blog that I haven't made videos for. But the very first video I made talking about these games specifically talked about the significance of the number 96. How many points the US team won with. So I'll link this video in the description. Please watch it. Please listen to me talking about 96. Now think about how that number also closed out the games. And in case you missed that video, let me tell you why 96 is significant. The first Olympics of the modern era were April 6th, 1896. That's the date they began. April 6th is the 96th day of the year. 1896, emphasis on the year 96. The word Freemason in gematria sums to 96. And in this period of history, predating even those modern games by hundreds of years, Freemasonry has come to international power. And they truly run much of this world. People say the Illuminati, the New World Order. What that is the gang of international Freemasons in high places. World banking, religion, government. These people run the world and they truly run it by the numbers. 96 is their number. Freemason equals 96. Before the Summer Games began, on June 3rd, it was reported that Muhammad Ali died at age 74. June 3rd, as we write in the US, is 6/3. That date was exactly 63 days before the start of the Summer Olympics, August 5th in Rio. And the reason that's interesting is because Muhammad Ali died on that day, who's named after the Prophet Muhammad. The Prophet Muhammad died at age 63. If you add every number up 1 through 63, it also sums to 2016, like the year of these Summer Games, like the year Muhammad Ali died. If you go back to my video from 2014, if you read my older blog posts on Muhammad Ali, I wrote and I said that I thought Muhammad Ali would die at age 74, and he did. The reason I thought that is because Muhammad equals 74, so does Jesus, so does cross, so does Messiah, so does gospel. So does Masonic, so does Jewish. Very special number. Out of the 50 states in the United States of America, only one sums to 74. It's Oregon, the 33rd state. 74 and 33 special numbers. Muhammad Ali passed on the 33rd parallel in Phoenix at age 74. If you add the name Ali on, Muhammad Ali, it sums to 96. Ali's 22, Muhammad's 74. Muhammad Ali changed his name at age 22. A boxing ring is 96 feet around. Freemason, 96. His birth name, Cassius Clay, CC. C's the third letter, CC, 33. Cassius Clay in gematria sums to 33. Muhammad Ali, what a lot of people don't understand, is he was always used by this gang, this network. You know, I don't know if he was born into it, how it came to be, but there's people in the world like Muhammad Ali who are born into this Masonic network, and they are used as symbols for their entire lives. Go back and watch the videos I did on Muhammad Ali's death. There's a lot to it, including the year he got Parkinson's. He got it at age 42. He was born in 42. You might recall that right after the death of Muhammad Ali, another fighter died, Kimbo Slice, at age 42. He was born in 74. Anyway, go back and visit my Muhammad Ali work. I'm just trying to establish the significance of these numbers 96. They connect to the original Olympics. They connect to Muhammad Ali, who opened the 96 Summer Olympics in Atlanta on the 33rd parallel. Muhammad Ali 96, opening the Summer Games. Boxing, a part of the Summer Olympics. Muhammad Ali, a world-class boxer. By the way, the word boxer equals 64. He became boxing champion in Miami Beach. Miami Beach equals 64 in the year 64. Civil rights also equals 64. The year of the Civil Rights Act, Martin Luther King Jr., Muhammad Ali, these figures from history, major faces of the Civil Rights Act at that time. So back to the game, 96 to 66. There's still a lot to talk about. I just want people to know what 96 is all about. What you should know is that Rio, in simple English gematria, sums to 42. Very special number to Freemasonry. The number 42 has a relationship to 96. If you add up all the divisors of 42, the numbers that divide into it, they sum to 96. The word Freemason in Pythagorean gematria is 42. In simple English gematria, 96. Same with Muhammad Ali, 42 and 96. Someone who was owned by this Freemason network his entire life. Now, the United States defeated Serbia. Serbia fell with 66 points. And Serbia, if you're not aware, is one of the newer nations of the world. It got its independence in 2006, part of that Eastern Bloc. 66 is a special number. The word empire in gematria sums to 66. If you've never seen my work on the 13 colonies, all of their names have a connection to 66. The 13 colonies, what became the United States of America, a massive empire in the world. And the truth about the empires of the modern era is they're all part of this Masonic umbrella. Before it was the United States, it was Great Britain, who finished runner-up with 67 medals this tournament. Red, white, and blue nations, these are colors of Freemasonry. And the real empire of this world, it's not any one nation, it is this Masonic cartel. The people who operate in high places from behind the scenes, mostly international banking. The date of independence for Serbia has a connection to the date of independence of the United States of America. And let me pull this up real quick just to show you. If you write out July 4th, it sums to 156. July 4th sums to 156. June 5th is the 156th day of the year. 156th day of the year, we're talking about another nation, red, white, and blue flag, coming to be in this era of Masonic dominance worldwide, Freemasonry, obsessed with the number 33. On the calendar system we're on, February 2nd, the 33rd day of the year, sums to 156, and this is not a coincidence. The Freemasons have created our calendar, the English language, which is the one world order language, and so much that we understand in this world. The word calendar has gematria 58, so does Gregorian equals 58. We're on the Gregorian calendar, so does Freemasonry, 58. So anyway, back to 156. 33 equals 156. February 2nd equals 156. As above, so below equals 156. That's an important Masonic motto. It's encompassed in a symbol that our eyes are used to seeing. The Star of David, the Seal of Solomon. The symbol on the flag of Israel, the Zionist nation. 2 3-sided triangles, 2 3-sided figures, 3 and 3, a lot like 33. Also, this date in history, June 5th, the 156th day of the year, that's the date that the movie Truman Show came out, which is a tribute to the 33rd president, Truman, who invented the CIA, the NSA, the things used to spy on people. If you've never seen the movie Truman Show, the main character is Truman Burbank, played by Jim Carrey. Notice that name equals 156, like the 156th day of the year, going back to 33, Truman the 33rd president. Jim Carrey's character, what he is someone that's in a 24-hour reality TV show that he's not aware of. He lives in a giant dome that's an artificial environment producing a fake moon, a fake sun, artificial weather, wind and rain. And all the people that live in his community are actors. He's not aware of this. He's the only person that never leaves the scene. And his TV show in this fictional world is the most popular show in the world. Everybody loves to watch what Truman Burbank's doing. And I'm telling you, the same people who make the movies are the same people who run these sports leagues, are the same people, who run world government, banking. It is these Freemasons, it is these Zionist Jews. And it is no coincidence that Serbia playing the USA and the rigged Olympics by the Masonic numbers, and then a game that ends in numbers of significance, closing out the Olympics. For the U.S. team, the star player was Kevin Durant, who on the 4th of July, the U.S.'s birthday, was the big news story because he went from the team he always played for, the Seattle Supersonics, which became the Oklahoma City Thunder. He played for that entire team his whole career. He decided to sign with the Golden State Warriors, the big favorites in the NBA, along with LeBron James's Cleveland Cavs. Anyhow, he was the big news story for the United States of America on its birthday, joining the Golden State Warriors. Think about the Golden State Warriors joining them just before the Olympics and winning gold. United States of America in Jewish gematria sums to 929, which is a lot like his birthday, 9/29 as we write in the U.S. He was the big story on the U.S.'s birthday. His birthday connects right back to United States of America. From the day Kevin Durant and the U.S. team won gold was 40 days until his upcoming birthday. United States equals 40. If you don't count the end date, it was 39 days, another special number. Empire, the small way, equals 39. The Empire State in the United States is New York. New York equals 39. New York was established on a date with 39 numerology. The United Nations are there that are 39 floors tall. What else you need to know about 39 is that it is the number of books in the Old Testament that the Jewish faith goes by. Again, in case you haven't seen my playlist, I talk a lot about the prophecy code. From the very first video I put out previewing the Olympics, I was talking about the significance of the prophecy numbers. Revelation, the book of prophecy, sums to 121. The U.S. team finished with 121 medals, lo and behold. As I pointed out before the Olympics began, they sent 106 returning medalists to this year's Olympics. Prophecy equals 106. The first state in the U.S. nation was established on a date with 106 numerology. That's Delaware. The Zionist state of Israel recognized on a date with 106 numerology. In the Jewish faith, they do call it a day of prophecy. Prophecy 106. All of these videos that I have made, U.S. team and beyond, people such as Usain Bolt, all synced up through this prophecy code. So get this. From the day Kevin Durant joined Golden State, the big news on the U.S.'s birthday, of course the U.S.'s birthday even more significant, until the day the Olympics closed, the day the U.S. earned their 121st medal, was 49 days later. 49 days later. The 1 month and 18 days is also interesting because Nike's phrase, just do it, equals 118. Some things could be a coincidence. But get this. With regards to 49 and 121, Kevin Durant in Revelation, the small way, summed to 49, just like Warriors, the small way, sums to 49. The Warriors are originally from Philadelphia. Philadelphia is named from Revelation, the book of prophecy. Revelation and Warriors both sum to 121, the big way as well. Earlier this year, Prince died. The day he died, ESPN made a big deal that he was at the March 3rd 3-3 NBA game between the Warriors and Thunder. The final score of that game was the Warriors won with 121. The Thunder lost with 106, the number of prophecy. If you add those numbers together, 121, 106, it sums to 227, which is the 49th prime number, bringing us back to 49 for Revelation, also Warriors. Prince died exactly 49 days after that game. He died on the 112th day of the year. Olympics equals 112, and Prince's death was exactly 106 days before the start of the Summer Olympics. Prince is remembered for saying, all we can go by in this world is prophecy. Prophecy 106, Dead on the 112th day, 106 days before the start of the Olympics. Olympics 112. Prince's death has also been connected to the NBA Finals, the upcoming Super Bowl, and the World Series. And the reason that is so is because people in this world, entertainers such as Prince, when they die, their deaths are often ritual sacrifices that are tributes to major events to come. Prince, an international entertainer, opened up things such as the Super Bowl, or the halftime show, I should say. Halftime equals 74, like Masonic, by the way. 2 years ago, where Katy Perry was on the Lion, that was Revelation 7:4, halftime. Anyhow, back on point, with regards to all these prophecy connections, Revelation is also the 66th book of the Bible. On June 6th of this year, 6/6, Stephen Curry, the star player of the Warriors, announced that he wasn't going to go to the Olympics. Surprising news. Why wouldn't one of the best players in the NBA want to play for the U.S. team? Well, think about it. A little less than a month after that, Kevin Durant joined the Warriors, and he's been the big focus throughout the Olympics. It's been the Kevin Durant show. Also, Steph Curry, had he been on the Olympics team, there would have been 4 members of the Warriors on this team. There would have been him, Steph Curry. There would have been Klay Thompson. There would have been Draymond Green. Green equals 49, by the way, like Revelation, like Warriors. Remember how the pool turned green one day in Rio? That was by the numbers. Have a video on that. Also, who would have been on? The new member, Kevin Durant. That would have been a lot of people from one Golden State team playing on the gold medal USA team. Maybe too much. I think that's part of the reason Stephen Curry was asked to sit out. It's very interesting, though, because I have to point this out. The name Curry has gematria of 31, just like the word basketball. This year was the 31st Summer Olympics of the modern era, which again began April 6th, 1896. The 31st. Curry would have been a good fit. That story came on June 6th, though, following this prophecy code. Revelation, the 66th book of the Bible. Revelation equals 49, 121. U.S. wins their 121st medal 49 days after the nation's birthday. From the day Steph Curry announced until August 21st is 76 days. The reason I bring that up is because the word master in gematria sums to 76 the big way, 31 the small way. Again, Phelps 31, or Phelps does equal 31. That was just a subliminal. Master 31, Curry 31. Phelps the big way also sums to 76. Michael Phelps, the star of the U.S. Olympic team, the record medalist. Michael Fred Phelps II, his full name, equals 106, like prophecy, like the 106 returning medalists that returned to these these Summer Olympics for the U.S. team. Michael Phelps, one of those 106 returning. Kevin Durant, his final stat line, very interesting. 10 for 19, drop the 0. You have 119, like all-seeing eye, like Star of David. 5 of 11 reminds of the number 511, which connects to Saturn. Saturn, the keeper of time. 30 points, 30 also a number of Saturn. Very interesting stat line for the star player, Kevin Durant. Here's what else stood out to me. I noticed in the women's basketball, United States and Serbia played each other one time. The U.S. women's team also won gold for basketball. Their final score, interesting. Serbia finished with 84 points. United States of America equals 84. Something I document on this channel in the world of professional sports. When teams lose in games of significance, they often lose with points that correspond to the other team's name, almost as a tribute. The scripted tribute. The game was scripted for the United States. They won big. Then again, I'm not even sure that they really have to script the U.S. women's basketball team because those women are very good at basketball. And I don't know that any other country in the world has women that are, that advanced at the game. The U.S. women's basketball team is very good. And I don't give women's basketball a lot of respect. So, just acknowledging the truth on that one. Those ladies can play. But for the men's games, check this out. The first game, it was 94-91. Close game, right? And then in the gold medal game, Serbia was just playing like a bunch of buffoons. Throwing crazy, erratic passes all game. It's just so obviously scripted. But anyway, look at this. The U.S. team won by 3, and then they won by 30, which means they won by how many points in both games? Combined 33-point margin of victory between the two. 33, that number of Freemason fixture. Also, if you add the points Serbia had, 91 and 66, that adds to 157, just like United States. Another tribute to the team. And with regards to their final game, 96 to 66, if you add that score together, it sums to 162, just like the end in Jewish gematria. And this truly was the end of the Summer Olympics in Rio, final competition. Here's the U.S. final medal count: 46, 37, 38, gold, silver, bronze, for a total of 121. Great Britain in second place with 67. Revelation, with the V exception, also sums to 67. Freemasonry equals 67. Think about the U.S. and Great Britain finishing 1 and 2. The U.S. born from Great Britain. That's also a total count of 188 medals. And let's not forget the Bavarian Illuminati sums to 188. The Masonic network that was established May 1st, 1776, just before the American Revolution, and credited with the French Revolution. France finishes with 42, Freemason 42, Rio 42. Germany, very much part of this Masonic network. They don't have the red, white, and blue flag, but they do things by the same numbers. Established their flag on a date with 33 numerology, just like the U.S. and many of these other Masonic nations. I'm telling you guys, stuff is more scripted than we know. I don't know that every competition in the Olympics is scripted, but I'm certain that they are scripting enough to make sure that they hit their medal counts where they need to be. With regards to Kevin Durant, he's also going to turn 28 just before the start of this upcoming season. There's only 2 numbers when written out that sum to 156. They're 33 and 28. You might recall that the Warriors began this season by chasing the record 33-game win streak. Their streak was cut short at 28 straight wins. 33 and 28, the only 2 numbers that sum to 156. The same team ended both streaks 44 years apart, the Milwaukee Bucks, the only team that sums to 156. And again, Kevin Durant, the big news on July 4th. Something else about Kevin Durant and the U.S. team. The U.S. team sent 555 athletes to the Rio Olympics. The Pentagon in Washington, D.C. is 5-sided, 5 floors with a 5-acre court in the middle. It sits across from the Washington Monument that's 555 feet above ground, 111 feet below ground, for a total of 666 feet. Prophecy in Jewish gematria equals 666. Revelation's the book of prophecy that talks about the number 666. Revelation's the 66th book of the Bible. The word 6, when written out as a word, also has gematria that matches prophecy. So 6, 66, 666, all connected to prophecy. The U.S., all about those numbers. 555 is also a big number in this nation, as I just talked about with the monument. Kevin Durant wore the number 5 for the Olympics. The word new breaks down to 555. N's the 14th letter in numerology. 1 plus 4 is 5. E's the 5th letter. 5 is 5. W is the 23rd letter. 2 plus 3 is 5. The reason the word new matters is because this is what the New World Order is. It's an old world order at this point. It's a Masonic, Jewish world order. It involves the Catholic Church, which was created under that umbrella. We are living out a planned agenda that's been ongoing for centuries. We're deep in this game at this point. That's how it's such a well-oiled machine with these games by the numbers. This stuff's been going on for a long time. So Kevin Durant, number 5, USA equals 41, right? 4 plus 1 becomes 5. The nation's name or acronym has numerology of 5. 5's a number of creation, of balance. Kevin Durant, the year he was MVP in the NBA, they played this commercial a million times. I'm sure a lot of people remember this. Kevin Durant talking to the boy in the treehouse, wearing the number 55 with a 5 up here. Kevin Durant in the NBA wears the number 35. 3 5s. On the screen, you see 3 5s, 555. Part of this Olympic team that sent 555 members and finished the Olympics by winning the final gold medal for the team. What's interesting about 55 in the NBA is it's a game of 5-on-5, right? 5 versus 5. Also, the MVP award was created in the year 55. The MVP award recognizes the most valuable player, which is kind of strange to think about when you realize that basketball is supposed to be a team sport and it's supposed to be a team achievement and about cooperation and working together for the sake of the team. The MVP brings the focus to the best player. Instead of the team, it's who's the very best. The word Satan equals 55, and if you study what Satanism is, it's self worship. The United States of America, a nation with a national highway speed limit of 55 miles per hour, is also a nation that breeds self worship and competition and dominate those around you. Everything in this nation, the sports, the culture, the education system, it's about programming us to be what we become as Americans. I want to close out by talking about the death of Kevin Durant's coach at age 35 and why he supposedly wears 35 in the NBA. His coach did not die as an accident or a tragedy as it's reported. He died as a ritual murder. So many people in this world, in professional sports, not just in the US, but worldwide, when they make it to the big time, when they're on their way to the big time, people start dying around them. Friends, family, coaches, people close to them. In this case, Kevin Durant lost his high school basketball coach just before he went off to college. His coach's nickname was Chucky, a name with 35 gematria, his nickname, and he was found dead at age 35. Why Kevin Durant wears 35. The word Catholic sums to 35. The Catholics have something called the Jesuit order. From my research, I am convinced that the Jesuit order runs professional basketball in the United States. So many players from Jesuit Catholic high schools, all throughout this nation, Jesuit high schools have really nice basketball courts, always have good basketball programs. Catholic equals 35. So many Catholic connections in the NBA. Only the 35th president of this nation was Catholic. That was JFK, who died by the numbers. The Catholic Church, the CC, the 33. Again, under this Masonic, Jewish, Zionist, one world, new world order umbrella. They also called him Big Chucky. Big Chucky in gematria sums to 44, like kill, 53, the reflection of 35. His birth name was Charles Craig, a name in gematria that sums to 59, a number stamped on black people all throughout history, a number that also has to do with killing. Kill in Jewish gematria sums to 55. Charles Craig in simple English gematria sums to 104, just like Jerusalem, which has a USA right in the middle of it. The date of independence, July 4th, 1776, a date with 104 numerology. Not a coincidence. The United States of America was established by this gang for fulfilling the agenda, which has involved everything from establishing the Zionist nation of Israel to creating these Olympics and everything that we're living out. The United States of America is not a sovereign nation. It is a grand experiment. It is a war empire. It is a major piece of this agenda that has been fulfilled and is being fulfilled. That we, the people, if we are not spineless cowards, need to stand up to and fight against. The date his coach died was also a date with 59 numerology, connecting to his name, connecting again to kill, the number stamped on black people throughout history. It was a date with a life lesson number of 41. Think about how he's now, the star of the USA team. He's in Golden State. It was a date with 39 numerology, all numbers we've talked about. Number of books in the Old Testament. So this is what's going on, Truth Seeker. Rituals by the numbers. Rigged sports, rigged news, rigged elections. It's a lot. And it all needs to be stopped. And it can all be put out of commission if the people of the world wake up, recognize what's upon them, see what they live in, see what their behaviors are participating and contributing to. Most people in the world, they don't want to look at our reality. And so they go on behaving, doing all these things that they don't realize further enslaves them and gives their power, their time, their money, their energy to this gang. Think about all the people that flew to see the Olympics. The airlines, controlled by this gang. That's why planes are used in false flag terrorism so often, because the gang owns it. It's their tools to work with. So they're traveling worldwide, bringing them all this money, all this power, going and watching these games and cheering for their nation when they're when they're not even seeing that their nations are just participating in a rigged spectacle. It's really just a grand mocking of us all. Blue pill or red pill. Not enough people taking the red pill for reality. All right, Truth Seeker, until next time. Core, I want to close out with a little more 42. Here's what you should know if you live in the Americas. They once referred to these continents as the New World. New World in Gematria sums to 42. And the people who came over here and called it that, as we've learned it and written our history books, they are the Freemasons. Freemason 42. When they came to the Americas, they destroyed the native people and they gave them a new religion. They gave them Christianity. And Christianity is in the New Testament. New Testament sums to 42. And if you open up the New Testament, it begins with Matthew. Matthew's of 27, or the New Testament's of 27 books. Matthew, the first of those 27 books. The beginning of Matthew is the 42 generations leading up to Jesus, not by coincidence. The first Bibles ever published were 42-line Bibles. The Freemasons, I cannot emphasize it enough, have been running this world for centuries, and they've been doing it by the numbers, and they've been programming us with propaganda that is coded through and through with this numerical code. The word new alone sums to 42. And what the New World Order has done to build their world order is war. They are the banker tyrants. They create war needlessly to shape, culture, boundaries, keep their banking Ponzi scheme going, and they've done it all by the numbers. World War, what do you think that sums to in Pythagorean gematria? You guessed it, 42. And there's so much more to this. I just want people to understand my work. It's not coincidence. This is what's going on in the world. This is what we need to stop, No more ritual sacrifice, no more rigged sports, no more rigged news, no more rigged elections. Can put an end to all this. All it would take is enough people in the world waking up, going into the government centers, going into the media centers, and saying no more. You're not spreading your programming, your lies, your deceit, your false government all over the world. This is the end of it. Of course, then we'd have to build something better, but that could be done if people recognized what was upon us and realized that if we work together, we can make the world better for all of us, All right, Truth Seeker, until next time.